Good morning, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCalsabre here. Hope you can see me. A little dark this morning in my area here, but I got some lights on, so I hope that helps out. Yeah, if you've been following, this isn't Field Commander Napoleon, Turn 3, 1796. And if you've been following this playthrough, I'm sure you're aware that I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've taken a couple days to think about this thing. But thanks to Max, who has, if you've been seeing the turn 1 and turn 2, it has provided me some valuable feedback and helping me learn this game on things I was doing wrong. He actually takes a lot of time to do that and type those things up, and I really appreciate it. So, I'm going to try to do a little bit better today. Let's hope so, because the last one I was making all kinds of mistakes. I think I tried to go too fast and have too many things going at one time. And so I'm going to slow it down a little bit and see how we do it. So let's get down to the campaign map and see what we got. Okay. As you can see, Napoleon he's down here with these guys still in Nice. I haven't moved him much lately. But he also now has troops in Turbin. There's a Turbin. Whatever, come on, yeah, Turio, and then up here in Milan. So the first thing we do is we move the turn marker here down this. We're in July 1796. It's my time to move troops. I can't move these troops because they're in the same area with other forces, so there's going to be a battle here, and it's not looking too good for Napoleon's troops there. These guys here, I don't know if I should send a few more up there to help with that, but I'm afraid of these guys coming in here. But let's see what we got here anyway. I don't want to lose that cavalry. If these guys in their move into there, we're going to be in a world of hurt. So we might just have to sacrifice these guys up here if they can't hang on. And then I think we're going to move these troops. They fought a battle here with these guys a little bit ago. I think we're going to move these troops into here. No, I don't think I'm going to move them in, for the reason being that these are the only two troops that can move in. This fortification and this garrison can't move in. So they'll be playing a tough role when these guys come flying into here. They have 12, and that would have 9, 14, 20. So Napoleon's going to stay right here. This is tough. All right, I think that's going to be all. Is the one battle up there that we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to be resolving battles. So I'm going to be taking us to the battle map. I'm going to put this in here that this battle is being fought in Milan by the Napoleons, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're over here. I've placed them. You know what? In the last two times, I've forgot about these scouts. Somebody made a recommendation to me, so I'm going to put them right down here, so they'll be in my line of sight. Maybe I'll remember to use them. Who knows, though? All right, I placed the French forces, so we're going into the battle turns. First thing in battle turns, nice little sequence of play here, is the inside activations. I have no inside activations. They can only be chosen when Napoleon is with them, and Napoleon is not with these guys. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to select and assign battle plans. Okay, I only have one. French only have one battle plan. The other team has two, but there are default battle plans to be used down here. For the French, since we're sold, we got to be using this cannon. It says only cannon. no roll. So it doesn't require a roll. And then for the enemy, pick this one. I draw these randomly out of a cup, and you're supposed to assign them to the highest level. This one is forward. I gotta get it over so I can. If in column no roll, advance one and line attack. Well, they won't be able to do an attack. Then the other one I drew was this one here. Aimed, if line, no roll. Okay, none of these are in line. They're all in column formation. So I'm going to say that that one is a no-go at this point in time. I may be wrong, but who knows. Okay, so I did the battle plans. Now we're going to resolve the enemy battle plans. And what I'm supposed to do is they're going to use these okay, they're going to be using the default one over here, the advanced 2+ if column no roll advance. This is if they have enemies 2 or more away from them. So they do, it's 3. So they're going to be advancing. They're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be doing the same thing. And they're going to use this, which only does end up doing the same thing for them. Okay, now for the French. This is a little bad here. We're going to be rolling for this cannon. And he be shooting at the lowest one in the closest. And it's a 9. And he did not, he does not have to reactivate. No roll. But he rolled a 9, so no roll, but he was a 7 and 1 on the shot, and so the shot is no good. And I don't know if I want to move to march. If in column no roll. No, I'm better let it go for that. Well, no, we're going to use one of those scouts. I remembered this time. We're going to use a scout to do that re-roll on that cannon. 9 again, my goodness. Use the last scout. Probably can't use 2 of them at one time, but in a 6. So he did get a hit this time. So we're looking at who gets the hit. Looks like the conscript, because they're the lowest level. All right, so they get the hit, and turn over, and they're injured. That, we do a route check. I have 10. They now have, we're not routing, and they have 15. So there is no route. You know, I'm going to go back here because I forgot to roll for the fog of war. And they have 4. 7. That's what I get for not paying attention to these charts. 7. Okay, so that means there's going to be 5 battle turns on this one. That's not good for me. 7. And then they transfer 2 of the enemy supply points to me. Okay, that's done. That means that I could have bought a one more battle plan, but I don't think I would have anyway at the situation that we're in here. All right, so let's proceed on. Okay, we do not roll for fog of war in the second battle, only in the first one. I did an envelopment check, that's fine. I did determine the battle plan quantities. It was one for us, 2 for them, but I went ahead and bought another one. I placed the French force, that's all first. So now we're down in here. Select and place the battle plans. For the French, I picked, of course, the cannon again because we need it, and then I did engage on here. They're going to get a little brave this time. For the enemy, they got this one here. If cavalry, no roll, so they will have to roll to advance and then line attack they'll have to do an activation roll. The rest of these guys will be doing a default because it is 2 or more. And then they have this closed ranks where they're going to ignore the first hit done by us. Okay, so here we go. We're going to resolve the enemy battle plans. These first ones are going to advance, 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 and advance. Okay, and then he's going to roll for activation. He needs to roll 7 or less. 9. He doesn't activate, so that's done. So he's staying right there for now. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is the cannon. There's no roll for that. So he's a 7 and a 1 to hit. And he hits the closest one, so this one here is going to be eliminated. Thrown into the reinforcement bucket. Okay, and then we're going to do this one. This was, if in column no roll, so they're going to advance. Then the enemy has to do a shock, and they're going to be shocked. This one, and it's a shock -2, which would have been 1, but because they're in column, they always lose. Going to do the lowest level. They're both P's and both there, so it's not going to matter. So they're going to take 1 hit and they're going to retreat 1. Then we're going to take these guys, turn them in line, and we're going to attack +1. So they're a 6-1 on this attack. No, they're melee because they're in here. Okay, so they're a 3-3 on this attack. So 8-3. They got a 10. Boy, oh boy. Gang, give me some luck. Get them fingers crossed. So that is going to end another battle. Oh, you know, I made a mistake. Where was the first hit taken? The first hit was taken by this guy, I believe. Let me see. He's the... Yeah. Made a mistake. The first hit, the first hit had to be ignored. I think it was him who got hit by the cannon. Then this guy went down and he failed the shock, but he wouldn't have been doing the shock because it would have been this guy still alive doing the shock, and then he would have been eliminated because he didn't have no more hits. Okay. If it didn't get the activation for the melee. I thought I made a mistake that I would have had to activate that for that melee, but it was part of this command, so I wouldn't have had to have done an activation. So that's the end of the second turn. Not in very good shape right now. And so we're going to be going on to turn 3. And let's get the battle plans drawn up. Okay, the battle plans have been selected. I don't have any supply points, so I couldn't get a second one, but he's in melee anyway, so we could default do it to the default, I believe. But I did take the grape shot again. Then I picked up this aimed, if line, no roll, so I'll have to roll for activation, and if they win their activation, they're getting a 4 plus, or +4 +0 on their combat. Then I picked this wheel, and it says Calvary Advance, and then line and infantry attack. Well, I would have to put it on the second Paris, but that would be here, and he's already in melee, so that would get defaulted out also. So here we go again, and we're going for this one. No roll, 7-1 on the the shot. And we got an 8. My goodness gracious, folks. I have not rolled anything for these French troops this time. No wonder they're getting their butts beat. Oh, you know what? I'll leave that as a default, but they don't go first. The enemy goes first. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and roll for activation on this guy here. It's a 7 and a 9, so he does not activate. Okay, back in the cup. We'll put that one back in the cup. Okay, this guy's on the default here, so he's going to fire. His fire is 2, so he needs a 2 or a 1, and he missed. Then this guy is going to melee, so he's 6 plus 3 on his melee. 4, and he hits these guys. So now this guy's in melee, and he's going to be a 6-3. And it's a 9, so he misses. So we're going to retreat on this guy. No, we're not routed. We check router check. We have 8. They have 6, 8, 13. So they're not routed, but we're just in really, really bad shape. Well, he got to fire back. He hasn't fired yet. So he's now on a 6-3 also. And he does get a hit. So he's going to be hitting this one over here. That's the end of that battle. Okay, this is probably going to be the beginning of the end. It's ended the same way. We picked the grape shot, and they got that aimed. They're going to try for that one. But this is a new one here, and it's back on this weak guy because these guys are in melee. If infantry, which they are, no roll. Column advance, shock -3, and then an attack. So these guys have been really weak, so they're getting brave here. Okay, so we're going to do the ones. I think we do the ones on the default first, or melee. No, I don't know how we're going to have to look that up. I'll probably do this wrong, but it'll all work out in the end. Aim, we're rolling for a 7 or less. And they did activate this time. Okay. Now they're going to attack with a 4 plus 0, so their attack's 9. It's probably going to take him down. And it is, takes him down. And he's out of there. Okay. And the defaulters, they're going to move, advance, and they're going to advance. And this guy here is if infantry, no roll, column advance. And it's done because there's no shocks done on there. So now we got the French. He's got to do something. He's got a 7-1 here. And he does say he got a hit that eliminates one of them. Okay, so now we're at 7, 12, 5, 10 to 5. So we're still not routed. We're going into the last battle. Can these cannon guys hold off? All right. Okay, I looked up and answered that question I have about how you, for the opposing forces, you do the foremost first. Then you do the battle plans, and then you do the default plans for the form. And as you can see, they're close. These guys have a melee if line no roll, so they're going to have to activate. French really need some help here. And this one here is just a forward. If they're in column no roll, they're going to advance one in there. But this is that foremost one. He's going to be. We're going first. They're going first. So he needs a 6 or less to activate. And he got a 10, so he did not activate. Must have got scared. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to roll for that guy. Oh, he's already, yeah, he activates because it's no roll. Moves up 1. This guy's going to use the default activation. He doesn't advance. Oh yeah, he is 2 or more. Okay, so now from our cannon, 7-1. And another hit, and he takes this guy out. Okay, so now we're at 5-8-5, and we're going. That was the last battle plan, or the last battle. Unless I moved it over too far, I don't know. So, but before we do that, we have to do a route check, which there is no route check, or no route. Okay, for this battle here, we're going to be doing the withdrawal, since there's no route check. And we're going to roll the dice, see what happens here. It's a 2. It says rejoin. Let's see what that happens to say. Return the Napoleon counter if present, and all of the remaining forces to the campaign's battle area, and immediately start a new battle with those forces, starting with the Fog of War roll. So let's do that again. Return Napoleon, he's not there, and all the remaining forces to the campaign's battle area, and immediately start a new battle with those forces, starting with the Fog of War. Oh, okay, so we moved them all back. They kind of got their wind, caught their wind or whatever it is. There's not very many of them left, and now they're coming back in here to fight again. All right, so the first thing we're going to do this time is roll for the Fog of War, and they don't get nothing because they don't have 4 or more supply points. 8. That means we're going to have 3 battle turns, and they're going to transfer 2 of your supply points to the enemy. Well, I don't have any supply points, but they're not going to get 2 transferred. All right, so we roll for the Fog of War Envelopment Check. We're at 8-5. This will never be an development in this battle. 5 additional French plans. I can't. Select the insights, place the French counters, place the foreign enemy counters, and then we'll be moving on to the battle turn. Okay, here we go. These guys are not in line, there's no roll. They've been getting this a lot, so they're going to be activating with a 7 or less. And it's a 10, so they don't activate. These guys are, if line, no roll. And it's a 10, and they don't activate. What are the French going to do here with their cannon at a 7-1? And they got a hit. The lowest guy, and it's him, so he takes a hit. Okay, we're going to go into the second battle turn. Okay, and the battle plans have been selected. And up here we got an assault of cavalry, no roll. They're not cavalry, so they're going to have to roll for activation. They got a 5, so this time they're activating. And they're going to advance, and then they're going to attack if they were close 0 to 1, but they're going into the line. And then these guys, if line, no roll, so they're going to be rolling for, what is there, 4 or less. And they're not activating. Okay, so now the French 7-1 on our gun. It's a 4. We got a hit on him. This will stay here now every time because that's the one I'll be picking. But we're going down to 1 battle turn again. Okay, Napoleon's small forces have been hanging on here. If line, no roll, advance. Infantry, attack. They're still in line, so they're going to be advancing. Can't attack too far away. These guys here in line, no roll, they're going to be rolling. It's a 2 again. And they're not advancing either. 7-1 on the gun down here. It's a 6, and he takes this guy out. Okay, so now we're doing the route check again. And we're going to be moving this into a decision to withdraw. It's 5-2. And we're going to do the withdrawal roll. It's a 7, almost went off the table. It's a French retreat. Let me look. Okay, here's what it says. French retreat. Return the enemy forces to the campaign's battle map area. Okay, so they're going back into the area. Destroy all French static forces. So this guy is static. He's a recruit. I don't think he's static. Okay, I'm going to play it that he's not static. Because I remember buying them. And it says, return all Napoleon's counter-president and all the mobile French forces to one randomly selected French-controlled or uncontrolled area. So the battle's being fought here. So we got one French-controlled or uncontrolled. We only got one. No, this is uncontrolled. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back here will be 6 through 10. And it's 4. So they move their forces over into Lanato. Then we got a problem, because part of this thing here is these Austrian forces that have been waiting here. Place when the French forces enter Lanato or Manat. These are late arriving forces. Let me do a little research on this. Where do I place them? Okay. There's a bunch of Austrian forces that came into Klagenport. I probably Klagenfurt right here. I just piled them up here because there's not enough room. Okay, and as you can see up here, Milan, because of that, with them moving out of there, the enemy now controls this again. So the French has the 2 that it needs to stay in the game, but things are getting pretty desperate at this point in time, and we're going to be going into the enemy movements here in just a second. Okay, I almost jumped the gun there. I forgot about the French resupply, which I get 3 for each area held. This 6 plus 3 for this, so 9. So I'm going to buy some guys here, I believe. Okay, we're going to buy him for, got to pay the cost. This is 5. And let's see what else we got up here. And this recruit for 3. We have to place them where there are French troops, so we're going to put them in here because it looks like they're going to need some help. That takes me down to 1 supply point. Now we're going to move on to the enemy orders. Okay, we've got a lot of rolls to do here, so we're going to roll with these guys in Klagenport here. They can only be in the maximum of 3, so I had to break them up into 3 there. So we have those 3 right there that are going to get a move order. Okay, so their first move order, they're up here. Klagenport 4. They're getting for each enemy held city. It's getting 1 reinforcement. Let's go into the reinforcement bowl here, which is getting pretty big now. And we'll pull out this guy, and they're getting another recruit cannon. Oh, this is resupply. I'm reading the wrong thing. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, we're doing the enemy orders. Okay, so these guys won't get any orders because they can't move. So here's the first one. The enemy order chart's up here. 1. There is no 1 in there. Oh, they got 2 supply points. If 1 to 3, plus 1 on the rolls, and then minus 1 supply point. Okay, so they're going to get a 2. They get a 2. They're moving towards a enemy-held objective. That says move one area towards the closest objective that is held by the enemy. The enemy does not hold any. Move the group randomly to a random adjacent area that is uncontrolled or enemy held. So this is the enemy held. So they're going to be moving 1. They're going into here. Now we'll do it for the next group up there. The 2, they're moving in. Oh, so that makes a 3. So they hold. I forgot that's a plus 1. See? Almost made that mistake. So they're going to stay there. And then the last group is getting a 4. And they're holding too. I guess they're trying to, they just made a long trip and they're trying to get resupplied before they move out. Alright, so the next guy is this one here. This recruit that's all by himself. 3, 4, he's holding. Nothing moves out of here because they're all static. Yep, they're all static. Okay, so now we got these guys down here. Oh, another 4, and they're holding. Got a little bit of luck going here now. I didn't have it in the last battle. Now we got this recruit. This is a different country, so you can't be joined up with the other ones. 3. He's holding. My goodness gracious. All right, now we're going to go to these. We'll go from the top down. And that guy that just won that battle, he's all by himself there. 7. Random. So we got 1, 2, 3 areas that are random on him. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's a 9, so he's going into here. Brave. Now we'll do this guy here. Is that a stack of 3? Yeah, it is. A 6. Random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got, how many we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adjacent. Okay, so we'll count them off. See where he's going. He's going to 3. He's going up here. Protect that area that just got taken. This guy here, all by himself. He could get up there and join that guy if he goes there. 1, which is a 2. Enemy held objective. So he's going 1 step into there. And he'll be joining them because they're both in the same country. They're together. Then we got this guy. That's a 5. That's another random. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to disregard any 9s or 10s. And we got a 9. And another 9. And a 3. 1, 2, 3. They're coming in here too. It's going to be a pretty big battle. Okay, so now it says resolve the battles. I only see 1 at this point in time. Right here. French lose this, game over. Okay. I have moved the forces over to the battlefield. I think I've placed them all correctly. So the first thing we're going to do, which we didn't do last time, was we're going to roll for fog of war. They only have 1 supply point, so they're not going to get no pluses or minuses on the roll. 8. We're going to have 3 battle turns. And let's see, transfer 2 of your supply points to the enemy. I only have 1, so I transfer 1 over to them. Now they have 2. Okay, to do an envelopment check, we're not going to be enveloping. I have 11, 20 to their 7, 13, 19. No envelopment this check. Battle plan quantities, 1 for me and 2 for them. Can't buy any more. Place the French forces, I place the enemy forces. Okay, no inside activations. Because I didn't bring Napoleon up there. I probably should have this time because they're in trouble. Place and select the French battle plans. They're going to go with the gun. I'm going to check something. That might be wrong. It's a Okay, the battle plans have been picked. This fortification can only fire if there's somebody one next to him, so that don't help a lot. I was looking to see if that could be considered a cannon. You know, so but it's not. It's a fortification. So they got the charge. The cavalry's going to be doing a charge, but we do these first. And this is we do the foremost first. Okay, and so they're going to use the default advance 1, and they're going to default dance 1. They're going to default dance 1. They need to roll for activation 7 or less. And they got a 7. And what it says, because it's aimed, is that the infantry they're going to attack, but there's nobody to attack. Okay, so it's dead. I don't know why I put that up there. Oh, because he was the strongest one. Then this guy's going to use the default. And then this one here, well struck. All enemies get 3 + 0 when attacking. Well, they're not going to be attacking. Okay, so now we're going to be using, I believe what the French goes to say. Okay, so foremost, these guys are going to in column, no roll. Calvary Advance or Calvary Advance or Retreat. This is a little. Okay, so the only thing we're going to do here with the cavalry is going to make their move. Only cavalry. They're going to advance. Then they're going to advance again. This guy's going to do a shock. He takes a hit. He's gone. And then they get to attack with 8-4. And this guy takes a hit. Oh, it's a double hit because it's less than 4. It's a 3. So it's a double hit. So he takes a hit. And he takes 1 hit. Yeah, they were in melee, but the 3-3 would have been the same. So, anyway, that was battle turn 1. Okay, we're up here. The second battle plan, these guys are in melee. They need 5 to activate. And they did not activate. So these guys here okay, and these guys here are going to be using this, and they don't have to, if in column no roll, they're going to be using the combat where they switch to line, and they're 6-3 for the battle. and they got a 9, so they missed. So these guys are going to be doing the same thing, and theirs is a 2. And they did activate. Oh, 4. It's a 4. They activated. So now their roll is 2. And they got a 1. And so they hit the Calvary, who has nothing on the back. Gone. That's tremendously bad for that guy. All right, so this one here, now the okay, and this one here, flank, this can only be used if there's somebody 2 away, and they're going to be 2 away. 1, 2. So they're going to do an advance, a shock, which they fail because they're on the last one. So that guy's done. Now they can perform an attack at 5 up into that region there. And they got a 9, so they missed. So that was battle. We're going to be going into battle 1. Okay, here we go. These guys here, they have to roll a 7 or less for their activation. And they roll a 6, so they are activated. So they're going to advance into here, forcing them to do a shock check. 5 or less. They're in line anyway. 5 or less. They failed the shock check. So they do this, and they retreat. So that'll make that one known. Okay, a wedge. Column advance. They're advancing. They're going to be attacking at a +2/+2 in line. They're in line. So they're going 4-2 on this attack against these guys. And they missed. All right. These guys are going to be firing 3 or less. They missed. And okay, I'm having a lot of luck eliminating anybody today. The French are done. We did a route check. There is no route. We're doing 10 to their 8. So we're going to be moving into the withdrawal again. And it's a 10 in camp. Let's check this one out. Okay, it says return the Napoleon counter if present and all the remaining forces to the campaign's battle area. Do not start a new battle for the area during this campaign step. So we're going to move everybody back. Okay. Well, I don't know if I had to go into that while I did the enemy resupply. Let's point out that they got another one up there. And down here got another garrison. These guys didn't get anything. These guys got another fortification. That's turn 3. Field Commander Napoleon. Go down there and hit that like button. Don't be shy. Go down there. It doesn't hurt to hit it. Helps the channel out a lot. And I would really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Leave me some remarks down there. What do you like? What would you like me to see me doing? I'm still working on a few things that were requested. And there'll be some of them will be coming shortly. So this is SoCalsabre saying, hope everybody has a good Saturday. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other and stay safe.